Bacteria. Bacteria are a large group of unicellular microorganisms that have cell walls but lack organelles and an organized nucleus. Bacteria have been around for millions of years. Some survive on their own, however, many need a host. Bacteria react with their hosts in different relationships. These relationships include parasitism, mutualism, and commensalism. Parasitism is a relationship in which the bacteria benefits from the host, however the host is harmed. Mutualism is a relationship in which both the bacteria and the host benefit. And commensalism is a relationship in which the bacteria benefits, however the host is neither harmed nor benefited. Bacteria can live in an array of environments. Many of the places you see every day are packed with bacteria. Places you might expect might be a toilet or trash can, but places like doorknobs, remote controls, laptops, keys carry loads of bacteria. Even in the food you eat, you can find bacteria, such as yogurt. Here we have a basic sketch of a bacteria cell. On the outside, we see yellow hair-like projections emerging from the outside of the cell's surface. These assist the bacteria in attaching to other cells and surfaces. The pilets seem to be connected to the capsule. The capsule, which only occurs in some bacteria, not all have it, but it's a third protective layer that helps protect the bacteria from drying out and helps protect it from phagocytosis. The next layer we see is a cell wall. The cell wall is a rigid structure which is made of protein and sugar. It gives the cell its shape and surrounds the cytoplasmic membrane. As we go farther in, we see a cell membrane. The cell membrane is a phospholipid bilayer which helps to bring things in and out of the cell. As we go further in, we see the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm helps with cell growth, metabolism, replication, many things. The cytoplasm is a gel-like matrix and it holds the bacteria's water, enzymes, nutrients, waste, and even gases. Just like all living things, bacteria have DNA. Now, unlike eukaryotic cells, prokaryotes do not have a nucleus. Rather, they have a nucleoid, which is a region of the cytoplasm where the chromosomal DNA is located. In the cytoplasm, there are also ribosomes. Ribosomes translate the genetic code from a molecular language of nucleic acid to that of amino acids, which are the building blocks of proteins. The long string-like structure we see coming from outside the cell is called a flagella. Flagella are hair-like structures that provide a means of locomotion for bacteria. Now that we've discussed the components that make up a bacteria cell, here's an image showing you the different shapes and forms that bacteria come in. Bacteria can be circular, known as coccus, rod-shaped, known as bacillus, or spiral-shaped, known as spirilla. Bacteria also come in different arrangements. They can be in pairs, known as diplo, in chains, known as streplo, or in clusters, known as staphylo. Bacteria reproduce in a process called binary fission. In binary fission, parent cells split into two daughter cells of approximately equal size. This is known as asexual reproduction. In the first stage, chromosome replication begins. Here, one copy of the origin of replication moves rapidly toward the other end of the cell. The replication continues and one copy of the origin is now at each end of the cell. Once replication finishes, the plasma membrane grows inward and the new cell is deposited. Here is an image of another category found in bacteria. There's gram-positive and gram-negative. The top image is gram-positive. Gram-positive bacteria are violet and they have a thick peptidoglycan layer. On the bottom is gram-negative bacteria. Gram-negative bacteria appear to be pink and they have a thin peptidoglycan layer. Gram-negative bacteria are associated with more parasitic bacteria. An example of this is a bacteria called spirochete. Spirochetes are helical heterotrophic bacteria. Another type of gram-negative bacteria is called cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria are photosynthetic bacteria that produce molecular oxygen and use water as an electron-donating substrate in photosynthesis. It is thought that the chloroplast of red algae, green algae, and plants evolved from endosymbiotic cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria were the first microbes to produce oxygen by photosynthesis. This happened perhaps 3.5 billion years ago. This was a major contribution to future diversity. Another type of gram-negative bacteria is called cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria are photosynthetic bacteria that produce molecular oxygen and use water as an electron-donating substrate in photosynthesis. It is thought that the chloroplast of red algae, green algae, and plants evolved from endosymbiotic cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria were the first microbes to produce oxygen by photosynthesis. This happened perhaps 3.5 billion years ago. This was a major contribution to future diversity. Lastly, I'm going to talk about proteobacteria. One very important aspect of proteobacteria is alpha proteobacteria. Alpha proteobacteria is a class of bacteria in the phylum of Proteobacteria. They are very important because mitochondria share a common ancestor with alpha proteobacteria. Bacteria are an amazing life form that have lived for millions of years. Without them, we wouldn't be here today.